If you need to replace the control arm or ball joint or bushings on a 97 Plymouth Breeze, it's relatively simple. You just gotta take out a few bolts to get the control arm off. There's one there, which is a 15mm bolt. You need to disconnect the strut, which is an 18mm nut and bolt. You need to disconnect the sway bar. There's an 18mm nut up here, and there's an 18mm bolt right there. And you're gonna need a wrench to remove that nut right there for the ball joint. And there's a cotter pin in there. You gotta get that out. The way you get a strut bolt out is you put the nut on the threads, hit it with a hammer, take the nut off, then come over here and use something like this or this to pry this bolt the rest of the way out. And also, you can take an old screwdriver to remove this bolt here. You gotta look up on top of the K-frame. There's a nut there. You need to get an adjustable or something on there. So that you can get this bolt out. So to get the sway bar linkage bolts off, you can use your 18mm socket to break it loose, but if it just spins around, then you need a 6mm hex wrench to put in the top of the threaded part, and then you use a wrench to finish getting that nut off. Once you have all the bolts out and you have the nut off of the ball joint right there, just take a pickle fork or a ball joint control arm separator tool or whatever that you can rent. You just put the pickle fork in like that and either hit it on the end or just hit it on the side, and that separates the ball joint. And once you have the sway bar linkage nuts off, you can just take a hammer or a big screwdriver or something, just lift that like that. You can get the sway bar linkage out. Now you can finally work the control arm out. And just work it out like that. You can see the bushings were all shot. Obviously the ball joint was shot. So then you just put your new one in. to get this bolt to go in there, you got to either jack up on this control arm so that it gets into its like resting position or whatever, so that the holes line up properly, or you can put the wheel on and lower the car a little bit and then put this bolt in. Now when you put everything back together, don't forget to grease your ball joint and make sure you torque all the bolts.